Bitcoin and Litecoin, lower lows or higher highs coming. What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here. I hope everybody's having a fabulous Monday, and I hope you had a great weekend. We're going to take a look at the charts. We're going to start out with Litecoin, then we're going to move on to Bitcoin, then we're going to take a look at my favorite chart comparison, the Bitcoin daily chart versus the gold weekly chart, which we've been watching on this channel and tracking it since January. It's getting super interesting, guys. It's getting exciting. Definitely stick around to the end to check that out. Also, I want to remind you guys, we have 100% free Discord in the description below the video. There's a link to that. Definitely check it out. Best community in crypto, bar none. You'll love it. If you love crypto, you'll love the community. Even if you just want to go in there and learn about crypto or talk about crypto, or charting, learning to chart, learning to trade, it's a great community, guys. Definitely check it out. There's also some affiliate links down there in the description that really help the channel out. Check them out, see if you can use them. If you can, that's awesome. If you can't, that's okay too. Yeah, let's get into the video and see what's going on, guys. Alright, guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's doing any trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market is extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind, it's still a speculative market. Do not put in more than you're willing to lose. With that being said, if you're new here, you haven't already, definitely hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand side of the screen. That'll get you subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Smash those likes, guys. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think. And yeah, let's get into the video. All right, so we were looking at this as a cup and a handle with the neckline of the $99 range. This being the cup, the handle over here. We had a measured move of the 180. I'm still looking at that, guys. Even though we broke down past that neckline again, I think we're still in pretty good shape. And we are also looking at, I'm going to draw this one in so you can follow along with me. Also looking at this as a possible cup and handle forming here. And we'll take a look at the target for that. The neckline on that one would be 145, which, guys, once we come up to that 180, we could possibly form a bigger one. But we'll take a look at that as it forms. But let's take a look at the measured move off of this one with the neckline of around $146. Our target from that one would be 271. And that's if we come up here, guys, and make the handle and then break through. Definite possibility. We are going to take a look at the bearish scenarios also. But the bullish scenarios are looking pretty good, and we'll talk about why here in a minute. I also have a higher target, and that would be looking at this rising broadening wedge in the yellow. And a breakout of that, if we broke above that 180 in this range somewhere, gets us up to around the $300 range. Like I said, my end of the year target, if Bitcoin does do what I'm expecting and gets to 46,000 by the end of the year, I do believe Litecoin will be somewhere in the range of 500 to 1,000. And the closer we get to that, if it plays out, the closer we can get the target. I know it's a pretty wide range, 500 to 1,000. But like I said, as the chart plays out and we get more data, the closer we can get to the price. So let's look at the daily RSI. So we were looking at this as a rising channel that we had been following since November. We had like a bear trap out of it here, broke back in, and formed a falling channel coming out of it. Now, right now, it is possible we come down and test this bottom of this channel before continuing up. It's not necessary, but it is possible that would line up with the low over here. We would hit down somewhere in the 15 range in the RSI on the daily. But let's look at it compared to the price action here. I also drew another trend line in. As you can see where we bottomed out here. Yesterday I had this target at 86.82 and we went a little below it, but it's still looking pretty good there. But this blue trend line is drawn off of 1, 2, 3, 4 touches now. So it is valid. If we break through them, we're going to be looking at our lower targets, which we'll look at in a minute. coming down to this range to test the bottom of that falling channel would get us somewhere in this area, and we'll take a look at that again here in a second after we look at the 4-hour RSI. Well, let me go back to the daily. I did want to point something out. If we look at the daily here, we have hidden bullish divergence, which if we look at this low here, which is the low here, we're making higher lows over here, lower lows in the RSI. That's hidden bullish divergence, guys. So definitely looking for some bullish action here. But like I said, we'll take a look at the bearish case scenario that would be coming down to retest the bottom of this channel. All right, let's look at the 4-hour RSI. Just a reminder, guys, starting Wednesday, I'm going to do another update video tomorrow, but then I won't be doing update videos until next Monday. But I am going to be posting some just short tutorial videos on a couple different things, some RSI, EMA videos, stuff like that. Be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then Sunday I'll probably do a live stream when I get home. So just so you guys are aware, tomorrow will be the last update until next week. So, all right, let's look at the 4-hour. This falling channel that we'd been following since our big move in April. We had a falling wedge, broke out of that into a falling channel, into another, and a bigger one here. Kind of looked like a bear trap here, a bull trap here. Is it possible that we come down and test this? Yes, that's the bearish case scenario that I was talking about. But guys, we don't have to. We could come straight up from here. Let's look at the price action and see if we see anything out of the ordinary, I guess. And nothing really in divergence wise as of right now. So let's look at the price action. First, we'll take a look at the bearish scenario, guys, and then we will take a look at the bullish, and then we're going to move on to Bitcoin. Definitely stick around to the end. You're going to want to see this, definitely, the comparison charts. So, all right. Now, looking at this as a falling, I was looking at this as a falling wedge here within the rising broadening wedges. This is the new trend line. I put in the blue one off of these wicks here. This would be the third touch, and if that does not hold, guys, I'm looking at somewhere in between the $65 to $69 range. Worst case scenario, I don't see us going any lower than that, and I'll just show you where I got those targets from real quick, and that is just simply doing a Fibonacci retracement from our low to this as the high. And that is our golden pocket area. And that's between the 0.618 and the 0.65 Fibonacci. Now, the other way to look at that would be coming up to measure it off this as the low. And then our possibly 80, what would that be? 82 would be our 0.726 Fibonacci or 0.786 Fibonacci. So, you know, that's another number to look at, but I'm not looking at those unless we break this blue trend line. But if we do, this would be our worst case bearish scenario between 65 and 69. Again, guys, I don't believe that's going to happen. And let's look at what's going on here. So this would be a measured move of the width of this wedge. And if we were to break out, depending on where we broke out, we would have to move up pretty quick to break out here. That would be on the 23rd of July. But remember, guys, depending on where we break this, that changes the target. I will try to keep you updated. I will do some posts in the Discord while I'm away. If I see anything changing. So like I said, I won't be able to do update videos every day. So I will try to keep people updated in the Discord. So if you don't belong to the Discord, definitely check it out. If we break this trend line, then we'll have a more exact target of where this is. And that doesn't mean we're going to stop there, guys. That means we'll get resistance. Could build another bull flag or do some consolidation and then move on up from there. But time will tell. That's where I'm at with Litecoin. Let's look at Bitcoin. Excuse me. All right, so in Bitcoin, this is where it gets kind of exciting, guys. As you can see, I put this target up higher, and again, that's you know, depends on where this top trend line is broken. But how I'm looking at it now, I have this 16,400 target, and we'll look at that here in a minute. Well, let's look at it now. I'll just show you. All right, so let me zoom in and look at what I believe is going on here. So as you can see, it looks like we're forming a triangle here. I do believe this is going to play out. Unless we break the bottom of this, it's going to stay valid, in my opinion. Definitely going to be looking at that in the end of the video in the gold versus Bitcoin charts. So you'll want to stick around to see it. But let's take the measured moves off this. This one is just measuring the triangle alone and the breakout. And again, this changes considering where we break out. So if we break out quicker, you know, it's going to be a higher target. If we could be in this range for another 2 to 3 weeks, possibly a month, in between the 9.8. Actually, it would go up. Yeah, in between the 9,800 to 12,200, 12,400. We could be in this range for weeks, guys. Depending on where we break this, we could break it a lot sooner. But anyways, just for reference, if we broke out in this area around the $12,000 range and we broke this line, we'd be looking at about the 16.4, 16.5 for our target off of the triangle here. I have another target using this. Move it over so you can see. Using this whole thing as a flagpole and this being a flag, and the measured move breaking out the same area. I'm looking at the $12,000 range is around 18,300. And again, remember that target moves considering where we break out of this. So keep that in mind. I also have a much higher target in here, and that would be a measured move if we got up to this target and broke out here. My measured move of that is 29,000. If we broke that 16.5 in this area, which would be breaking this trend line, and then what it could possibly come down to the 20,000, tested for a support again, and that would make sense because I believe once we pass 20,000, that may hold as support. So let's I mean, that's going a little far ahead, I know, but guys, I'm definitely bullish here. Unless this invalidates, this thing is looking beautiful. Now I'm going to go into the RSI. Daily RSI. We've been watching this for about 3 or 4 days now, maybe longer. It's actually been longer. But looking at this as a falling wedge forming here, we had a falling channel coming out of our rising channel that we'd been following since December. And we fell out of it in a falling channel, broke back up into it here, and then we're in a falling wedge now. I do believe what's most likely to happen here, guys, is we pop out of this rising wedge. That was a little too drastic, but we pop out of this broadening wedge and come up here and possibly touch the top of this trend line again. We'll have to watch it as it plays out, but this is looking bullish. Keep in mind, it is possible, and we'll look at the bearish case scenario that we drop out of this, but there's a way higher percentage chance that we break up out of this. Some people don't believe in patterns in the RSI. I believe in them fully 100%. Let's take a look at the price action against the RSI and see what that's telling us. So if you guys have been following along, you know that we are looking at this as, let me get in here a little bit, hidden bullish divergence, and it is still hidden bullish divergence. Looking at it from a few areas, if we look at this peak here, or this low here, we're making higher lows in the price, lower lows in the RSI. The same here, we made a low here, higher low in the price, lower low in the RSI. That's why I do believe we're most likely going to pop up back to at least test the bottom of this channel, and that would get us up to this area right here, which could be, depending on where we hit it, somewhere between 12.5 and 12.2 maybe. We're probably going to get some resistance on this line, and that's going to be around the 12.2 area. That's actually, you know, we've had a lot of support and resistance in that 12.2 area, so it makes a lot of sense. That's why I keep these trend lines in here, guys. They help out tremendously. Now let's look at the 4-hour RSI and see what that's looking like. All right, so the 4-hour RSI, same thing. We have a falling wedge here. If we look at the price action, same in the 4-hour, we're getting lower lows in the RSI, higher lows in the price action. Definitely hidden bullish divergence there, guys. Yeah, same thing. I believe we're going to get something like this. We're probably pretty soon, probably today, we'll see this pop up out of here and continue up, have a nice move up. But keep in mind, it's possible we do drop lower. I think that's way less likely, but it is possible, and we'll take a look at that in the price action. We're gonna look at the price action now. All right, and I had put this target in here, this 96.79. It's really about 96.50-ish area. That would be a double bottom with this low over here. If that breaks, guys, that's where I said we would be looking at our lower targets, and that being around the $8,100 range. That is possible. Less likely. I really don't believe this channel's or this triangle is going to break, but it could, and we need to keep that in mind. If it does, you know, we're looking at the 96.50 range, and if that happens, guys, we could still be forming a triangle here, more of a descending triangle, which would be technically bearish, but it doesn't have to be bearish in a parabolic bull market, which we are still parabolic, guys. I don't care what anybody says, we're still parabolic here. I know people are counting more on these lower lows, but I think we're in a great spot. I think people are going to be trying to short Bitcoin, and they're going to get wrecked, and it's going to push the price up. That's just my opinion, though. I do believe that's most likely going to happen. And so if we did break this triangle here around if we broke this low here at, what is it, around 9,800, we'd be looking at the 96.50 range. And if that does break, then I'm looking at the $8,100 range, guys. Now that's the bearish case scenario, and we already took a look at the bullish, and that's what I believe is more likely, is that bullish case scenario. And we took a look at these targets, how we got them from our measured moves. It's looking pretty good, guys. Let's look at the Bitcoin daily chart versus the gold weekly chart. My absolute favorite thing to look at in crypto. And if you've been on this channel with us the whole time, we've been watching this since January. If you guys want to check my past and my calls, I was calling bottom in December at the very bottom. I got videos to prove it all the way up. We've hit all our targets. I'm still very bullish here, guys. This is just a consolidation correction, in my opinion. I don't think we're going to go down below the $9,900 range. Possibly not ever go below the $10,000 range again. I made a video on that a while back, and you know, this is the second time we dipped, but I don't really count it. We never stayed under 10,000 for any amount of time. So, all right, looking at the gold to Bitcoin comparison charts. As you can see, I've have these trend lines. There's a white one here, and we're gonna have the same trend lines in gold when we click over. So definitely just kind of picture this in your mind. But these two supports here all the way across, and we've broken above it and below it a couple times. Now keep an eye on it. We also had this support in the bear market that we blew through over here. We had the wick came down, touched through it, but we never really tested it for support again after that. So yeah, let's look at the bottom trend line here. We had two touches. Now keep in mind, this is my target for the end of the year. It's about $46,000, between $46,000 and $47,000, and I'll show you why when we click over. Keep a good eye on this and what's going on. Now we're looking at the gold chart. The similarities are amazing. A pattern is a pattern, guys. I don't care what anybody says. There was another guy on YouTube talking about me looking at this, and someone was saying they don't believe in fractals. Fractals, you know, I do kind of believe in. I see them and they play out sometimes, whatever, but this is not a fractal. It's two different charts. It's a pattern. And patterns usually, and people say, you know, the gold chart's on the weekly, Bitcoin's on a daily, you can't compare them. Yes, you can. It's a pattern. If you find a triangle in a 5-minute pattern and find the same triangle in a day pattern and two different charts, they play out the same 90% of the time, guys. The time frame is not what we're looking at here. Also, I mean, the closeness of it, digital gold versus gold. Some people say it's not digital gold. I do believe that this is going to be digital gold. So I'm going to click back and forth. You guys can see for yourself, make your own decision there. It's actually playing out beautifully. And again, we've been watching this since January. Just beautiful. So let's look at let's zoom in a little bit. And you can see we had the same thing on the bottom trend line, 2 touches before blasting off. Same as in Bitcoin. Now, as you can see on this triangle here, we had this low and then a little higher low. Same thing in Bitcoin. That's why I believe there's a great possibility that this is going to hold here, guys. Like I said, we may go up to 12, or, well, on this, it's 10.8. Break the 10.8, come up to 12.2 range and come back down. Bounce in this area. Like I said, we could be in this area for a little bit of time. Possibly, you know, anywhere from a week to 3 weeks. But as you can see, also look at this 55 EMA we have here, and then look at the gold 55 EMA, same thing. It's just it's amazing the resemblances here, guys. And once we break above this trend line, we stayed above it over here. Same thing I believe will happen here once we break up above this. So that's why I'm saying we probably have some sideways time coming. Definitely possible. And again, these don't play out candle for candle, but the pattern is undeniable. You cannot deny this pattern. So anyways, now let's take a look at the weekly. That's another thing I want to look at. Just look at the parabolic move here, guys. It's still parabolic. The parabola has not been broken. This thing's still bullish. You know, people can be as bearish as they want. This thing's still bullish, guys. Let's look at the RSI. Another thing we've been looking at since January. This is if you look at these two trend lines, they're exact same angle. This is a 2013 bull market followed by the bear market. We had 2 touches of resistance on this trend line before breaking through, starting the bull market. 2017 bull market followed by the bear market. 2 touches of resistance before breaking through, starting the bull market. Look at the monthly. This is the monthly RSI. I had these 2 white arcs drawn here. You can see this yellow line. We'll take a look at that in a second. This is 2013 bull market followed by the bear market. 4 lows in the RSI represented by each one of these arrows before starting the bull market. 2017 bull market followed by the bear market. These 4 arrows represent a low in the RSI, 4 of them, before starting the bull market. Only thing is, I think this is going to be a much faster, much more parabolic bull market. So it's exciting times, guys. I thank you for watching it. If you like the channel, definitely hit the Crypto Savvy logo above my head to get you subscribed. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos, as I do live videos once in a while, and that will notify you when I do them so you don't miss out on anything. Also, guys, smash the likes, leave your comments, let me know what you think. Have a great day. And if I don't do a live stream tonight, I'll see you tomorrow morning. It'll be the last update for this week. And you know, like I said, the tutorial videos will be released throughout the week until I get back. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.